Hey guys, what's poppin'? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tan, and if you're new, what's up, noob? Today we are going to talk about a machine that doesn't get enough attention, and I'm about to tell you why you should probably look into this, picking up this machine. The machine is called the Dragonhawk Tank, but let's talk about it. What's up? So hope you guys had a good new year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever, all that BS. Been kind of busy. I know you guys probably have been busy yourselves, so let's jump right in, guys. Price on this machine, the tank, is on DragonhawkOfficial.com. it is $149. There you go, $149 plus tax plus shipping. AliExpress is $167.56. I didn't find this machine on Amazon, so I can't post it up. You know, I can't speak on it. But so the selling point on this machine is what Dragonhawk is calling the slow frequency. Let me show you what it is. That's it right there. So if we look, it's a mix between direct drive and eccentric wheel. Now if you look closely, let me see if it'll focus. Right there. Okay, so if you look closely, there's an O-ring here and an O-ring here, and this spins and it makes the cam spin, or the plunger. So this spins in one direction like this, so in this direction, and it makes contact with this cam, and it makes the cam spin up and down. So what does that mean? We'll talk about it in a bit. The body is aluminum, 100% aluminum. You can get it in the black and you can get it in the red that I just showed you. The stroke is 4.2 millimeters. Yes, 4.2. So what is this machine? More than likely will shine in the lining department and color packing department. You can get up to 4 millimeters of needle hang. Needle hang is how much the needle sticks out of the tip of the tube while the machine is running, or tip of the cartridge, because it's no longer a standard needle, it's just a cartridge. It is RCA. It is not wireless, but you slap a battery on here and now it becomes wireless. So I think I mentioned it, but I'm not sure. 135 grams, so it's a light little guy. Let me see. The suggested operating voltage for this little banger is 5 through 12. So when they say 5 through 12, they mean 5 through 12, but we'll go over it. At 12 volts, it is giving you a 10,000 revolutions, but it actually bogs down to 8 because of like the whole little eccentric wheel spinning the cam. Another selling point they're talking about is it adjusts to whatever surface you're tattooing. Now that is true and false, so we'll get into that. This is the box. This box is inside this little area right here, and inside this area you get RCA cable, or yeah, and you get various O-rings. Okay, now that that's out of the way, so let me take this machine apart. All this is autoclavable, by the way. just wrap it. Don't cut corners on that part. Wrap your machines. Don't skip that step. Alright, let's talk about this little mechanism that's going on right here. Okay, this is interesting. Mainly because it spins at 10,000 RPM, but when it gets down here, it's actually spinning to 8 because it's losing power. Remember that. It's losing power because now it has to push this piece in as well. So aside, usually when it's this, when it's eccentric wheel, it has like a little gear on the very top, and it's got slots and divots, and as it's spinning, the cartridge is actually following, is being pushed down by the, you know, by the little teeth or gears in the cam, or the wheel, eccentric wheel. But in this case, it has O-rings, so the O-rings make contact. See what I mean? What does that mean? It means that if the needle, say too large for the speed that you're trying to tattoo at, it will actually, you can very much damage skin. But what it does is the O-rings will actually slip, so the needle won't make that much contact. It'll hit, the needle will actually hit, but since it's not directly connected to the cam, there's the O-ring in between it, there's give, you know, it skips, it slides. That's why they include a lot of these O-rings, because those O-rings are going to wear out after a certain amount of, you know, skips, or yeah, basically skips. And that is good and that is bad. The good thing about it is that if you still haven't honed in your hand speed, and it's not consistent 100% of the time, which it never will be, it'll be almost close, but not 100%. So if you haven't mastered your hand speed, you know, you're still beginning, and your hand speed isn't consistent, your hand speed to voltage to pressure is not consistent, this actually will help you a ton, actually, because it's going to assist you in, let's say you focus on an area too much, you know what I mean, the needle already hit, and you're still working that area. What happens here is that, I guess the main part that it's going to help you in is it won't chew up the skin as bad as a regular eccentric wheel or direct drive machine. You know what I mean? It'll, once it hits the skin to where it needs to hit, or to the depth that it needs to hit, the machine, the O-rings will skip. So that's why they included a ton of O-rings, and that's what they mean by tattooing any surface, because certain skins, certain areas, like this area right here is a lot thinner than this area right here, you know what I mean? So this this part of the forearm, this area, or here, this area right here, the skin is thicker, it's more like hide, versus this area, this is thinner, so this is a lot easier to scar. And let's say you're doing some work right here, and you know, your machine is going over to this side, you will, if you're not careful, you will chew that shit up. So, excuse my French. This will help you in that department, you know what I mean? If you're using a direct drive, something like a Mass Armor, a Nor, Archer, just mainly any machine that's there, Bishops, any machine that is direct drive, if you're tattooing at 7 volts, that machine is running pretty strong already, you know what I mean? Like, you can more than definitely pull some lines relatively quickly and easily. Not with this machine, because of that skipping feature. And I would say if you're a beginner, this will actually help you or improve your game, because I'm not saying to, you know, put weight down on there and just, you know, drag a line through there. No. Try to learn try to master your hand to speed, or your hand speed to voltage ratio. But if you have not honed it down 100%, to where you're tattooing with direct drives and you're scarring people, you know what I mean, and you just can't figure out, you know, you tried different voltages, different hand speeds, and you just can't narrow it down, give this machine a try, because more than likely this will help you quite a bit. So honestly, I do believe that this machine, the Tank, is for beginners. This machine is really for beginners, because any seasoned artist that knows what they're doing more than likely won't need this feature. I think the people that need this feature are beginners. So I really do believe this machine is aimed at beginners. It's kind of like a soft hit feature, you know what I mean? Like, you know how there's machines that you can adjust how hard the machine hits. This machine, you can't adjust it, but it basically does it by itself because of those O-rings just skipping, you know, not making friction 100% of the time. Once the needle hits a certain part of the skin, the stroke will not push it any further because it'll just skip, it'll just spin, you know what I mean? So this, I think, will help beginners drastically. It'll help you. The downside to that is that you're going to become reliant and dependent on that, and this machine is slow when it comes to actual tattooing. You're going to be tattooing really slow, you know what I mean? Like a small piece is going to take you maybe double the time it would if you were using a direct drive. But it won't scar. It might scar a little if you're literally hammering at 12 volts and just working really slow and just, you know, not knowing what the hell you're doing. But if you have a decent hand speed at the proper settings, this machine will allow you to tattoo different angles and different skin at your, not your pace, but at a comfortable pace. It'll give you that peace of mind to where you know, okay, the needle went as deep as it had to go, and then the machine skipped. And having used it, the only thing I can take away from this machine, or the only thing I can say about this machine, is that I really believe it's aimed at beginners, because no seasoned artist is gonna pick this up and say, yeah, you know what, like I can see the difference, I can see where it helps, definitely, but I don't think it's a machine for someone who's seasoned. You know, let's say you already have your Dragon Hawks or your Cheyennes or your Bishops or whatever machine you have, and you're good with it, you know what I mean, your work is stellar. You don't need this guy, you know. You're probably not gonna, if you already know what machine you're using, you're probably not in the market for a machine. But if you're in the market for a machine right now as a beginner, I would say give this guy a shot and see. It'll basically teach you correct needle depth, kinda, if that makes any sense, or speed. And once you start to see once you see the results of like your lines not scarred and properly healed, not broken, not jittery, you know, nice and solid, then you can say, you know what, okay, I think I want to upgrade to a direct drive. That just means once you start to see, okay, this machine is slow for me, or like I'm taking too long on these tattoos, then it's time for you to upgrade to a direct drive or another type of machine that does not have that type of mechanism in it. And once you do that, you know, obviously, you know, okay, I have to increase my hand speed now to adjust to this new machine. And once you do that, you know, your machines, your tattoo sessions will be a lot shorter. It's just gonna cut your tattoo times in half, because this will slow down. This slowed me down. Me having to adjust my hand speed to this, even at 12 volts, I still had to really slow down to let the machine do its work, you know what I mean? That being said, again, it's not a hybrid, because I call it a hybrid because I see a cam there and I see an eccentric wheel. So usually when I see a cam, it's direct drive, and when I see a wheel, it's eccentric wheel. So I'm calling it a hybrid because I see both of them there, but in all reality, it's like a slowed down version of eccentric wheel, and eccentric wheel, in my opinion, is already slow. You know what I mean? It's just already. Why does it still exist? I'll tell you why. For you new people, for you noobs, this machine is your machine. Check this guy out, guys. give it a shot. That's it for the review, guys. If you guys like it, hit a like. If you guys dislike it, hit a dislike. And questions or comments, put them in the comments. Yeah, guys, I hope you guys had a happy New Year, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that other BS that we're forced to like or spend our hard-earned money on. Yeah. Aside from that, thank you for stopping by, and peace.